would be TPing, using Vendetta, scouting them out. There was always that threat of Earth Spirit jumping in as well. So SG really did, kind of keep all of their bases safe and make sure that there wasn't really any trade to make for Elite Wolves, or any safe trade anyway. They would have to commit so incredibly heavily for it that it would never be worth their while. But here we are into the draft. Puck and Drow removed in the first phase here.
Yeah, Puck again. Losing to it the first game, they saw how obnoxious Papita was, and now, okay, they banned out the AA this time around.
What does Papita mean? Is it just a name, or is it a word?
I think it's just a name. Papita is like, in Spanish, in Peru, like Papita, you'd say like a little fry, a little French fry or something.
All right.
Una papita.
Okay.
You know?
They're a cute little thing.
I mean, they add ita to like everything. You know that, right?
Okay.
Like, Spanish speaking, it's like cuchara, that's spoon, right? Cucharita, it's a little spoon.
Little spoon.
Like, they say it for like everything though. Like, if you watch Narcos, they say like in Colombia they say it a lot, in Peru they say it a lot. They add ita or ito to like absolutely everything.
Rubiquita.
Probably not that one. It would be like Rubito, but that's like Blondie, because Rubio is blonde, so that one doesn't work.
Oh dear. AA Sand King.
Papita is a fruit.
Papita is a fruit.
Someone
Is
said
it
fruit.
Is it like passion fruit or something? Fog de Rita.
Fog de Rita, I like that one. That's cool.
That's a cute little name.
I like looking at the chat right now. Everyone's being so nice. It's like,
Yeah.
well, majority of people are being nice.
Yeah. Most people are being very gentle.
And as soon as we say that, they're gonna flame like crazy.
Stupid casters.
It's okay.
Kekona, Fat Toby.
Okay, whatever. All right, so let's jump into the game. So Night Stalker, we didn't see him in the last 2 games. I don't believe he was banned one of the games. I think so, yeah. So he's banned one of the games, and now he's getting let through. This was one of the most powerful support heroes for quite a while. He's got it nerfed, of course. He got hit by like the double nerf. Mana cost increase on Hunter in the night. Void also doesn't slow as much during the day. Oh, he's a little bit weaker.
Yeah, when I was casting Chinese group stage and playoffs, he was banned in like first phase banned in like every game. I never got to see him, and then all of a sudden there was a shift where he was just ignored. Like he went from first ban to not picked or banned at all. It was this kind of weird transition.
It feels, it's just like that. You get those feelings, you know. It's just a weird feeling.
Like Shadow Shaman and Sand King became those 2 big heroes that started getting banned and picked a hell of a lot.
Shadow Shaman.
Razor.
Shadow Shaman's a hero I would like to see. All right, so we've got Razor versus Viper. This is my favorite, you know. This is the classic, you know, super fun. So some fun spells. No, I'm just kidding. This is like this is the worst.
Was it
Everybody used to hate this.
Meta?
Yeah, TI4 was literally Viper. It would pick. Oh, I wonder what they're gonna pick last. I bet it's Razor or Viper. Bam, Razor Viper. So we've got the Razor versus Viper matchup with a Rubik paired up. So SG, I mean, these guys love their Rubik. They actually just first pick it all the time now.
Yeah, it's definitely one of C4T's signature heroes. With the Razor Viper, though, do you assume they're going to be matching up mid, or do you have the Razor maybe go towards the safe lane?
They can match up mid. Decent mid matchup.
Okay. Is that like
it's like trade farm?
Trade farm, okay.
Razor can just, I guess you can push the wave in with Plasma Field, but that doesn't sound great. You want to be.
But then you're going to hit the corrosive.
Yeah. It's like whoever gets ganks, pretty much. It's like it's a dead lane. That's what I would call it, at least.
So whoever roams in.
Yeah.
And looks for the kill, can swing that advantage one way or the other.
Like if Razor can get, let's say like a Night Stalker walks in and voids the Viper and Razor's able to steal like 30 damage, he's going to win the first few levels. But same thing comes around with the Razor. If Razor gets like lifted by Rubik or something and thrown into a Viper and just dies or something, they can still have good damage versus him. Because Nether Toxin is plus damage and it can't be removed.
Yeah.
So Nether Toxin is pretty decent versus Razor. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of Tinker's bans. It's one of Leo's styles, more comfort heroes.
Just get rid of that one annoying hero that you could do very well on. Bat Rider, that jump taken out by Elite Wolves.
That's interesting. They banned the Bat when they have Night Stalker, who's, you know, vision hero, and they have Razor as well, who's good versus like the single target, because you know you get purged if you try to lasso him. So that's a bit of a curious ban coming up, but these 2 teams know each other so well. So.
It's one of those disruptive heroes in team fights that maybe can get a little bit annoying.
Especially with Viper, too. Like, Viper Bat Rider, you're just like, I can't move, I can't turn, nothing's working, guys.
Like, if you're trying to focus on one target, and all of a sudden a Flame Break hits you, and you like spread around in the fight as well, it can get really messy. Sven, banned there by SG Esports. Again, the train of thought that you were going down, a hero that maybe gets kited a little bit too easily between Viper and Bat Rider. Would have been a good shout. Where is the Shadow Shaman, though? You know, it was getting picked up even by European teams. OG were picking it up a lot of Chinese teams.
I thought we would see it. Have we even had? Did they play it much even in the groups? I don't think
I didn't see it.
I didn't see like at all in the groups actually. I think at maybe one game I saw some like slow Shadow Shaman walking around. Maybe I'm thinking back to MDL. I'm probably thinking to MDL because I saw Shadow Shaman every game. Yeah, I don't see a Shadow Shaman game played by any of these teams. No. So that hero is just not touched here. So
dead hero.
Bye Rasta. We won't talk about it anymore.
What would we like to see here from Elite Wolves, though? With a nice Stalker jump.
Some team fight.
Disrupt got pretty good catch and allows Razor to get into the thick of things.
Disruptor's decent.
Adds in some kind of much-needed AoE here to defend towers, especially if we're going to see the same kind of walk up the tower and take them down slowly from SG as we did in the last game.
Is CM just gone as well now, too?
Yeah.
He's just dead. Dead
Lion?
hero. That's not really a team fight.
I'm going to drain all of Viper's mana so he can't cast the one spell he's got.
I'm trying to think of a specific reason why they'd be grabbing it.
I mean, the only thing that comes to mind for me is preempting an illusion carry, you know, like your Nagasar or your Terrorblade or something like that.
I'm not too sure. You know, that gives Rubik some better spells to steal and stuff too now.
Yeah, that's
true. Didn't really have great stuff yet. He only had like Razor's abilities. So IO being picked up for SG. This is a combo I think they've actually ran. I definitely remember seeing an IO.
Necro?
I saw an IO Rubik that they had. I'm like 90% sure. Maybe I'm just making things up. I swear to God I saw it. I'm going to find it.
I know they've run IO a couple of times in the past couple of days.
Oh my God, I was wrong actually. I clicked on the wrong team anyway. Oh, whatever. They've run this comp before. Yeah, it was there. So IO, they get more sustain. This is the same kind of concept for SG. Group up, push. Now they've got the null field aura. They've got the overcharge as well. Yeah. Viper with corrosive skin. He's got a lot of damage reduction coming out.
I was going to say it's scary picking IO into Lion, just that instant nuke blow-up factor.
Yeah.
With a Blink Dagger, Lion can face up nicely against the IO, just catch him. But yeah, I didn't think about the null field. Like, you know, maxing null field, then with maybe, you know, a pipe or something on one of your heroes, you mitigate a lot of the magic damage from Elite Wolves. More magic damage comes out, a bit of pure from the Sonic Wave, of course, but a lot of emphasis here on early game team fighting and big skirmishes.
So Razor safe lane, Quap mid versus Viper. That's not the easiest lane.
Do not level Shadow Strike.
Just get corrosive back. I think you like have to skill Shadow Strike or you just lose the lane though too.
I've seen it a couple of times, but I think it was... Oh, hello. IO and CK.
Dude, CK is also the hero that came back hard at MDL. Hero that doesn't care at all really about Razor. Steal his damage, just Phantasm.
Yeah, we saw this really interesting transition where Chinese teams were picking him like CKAA in the second phase.
Yeah.
And that was like the only time they picked Chaos Knight. But then they started picking Chaos Knight against like life stealers, against these other carries that can just get jumped on and blown up. And Chaos Knight is a hero that doesn't require, you know, extended periods of farm. He's like, right, I'll get Treads, Magic Wand, Armlet. I'm going to run in and fight. I'm going to start battling and brawling. And outside of that, maybe you consider a Hand of Midas to keep that gold flowing in. But he is online, up and running very, very quickly.
It's IOCK versus not a lot of AoE. Sure, they have like Plasma Field, Quap's abilities, and Lion.
Yeah.
But that's not, you know, that's not what you want versus CK. Like Phantasm is definitely looking like an issue right now. SG was also, they were kind of lacking Disable. So I like this CK pick as well because they only had Rubik lived. And since the Queen of Pains gets picked up, you at least have that like that stun that can catch her. But and okay, Enigma ban, of course. SG actually bans it themselves this time. So even though they had the choice of offlane, it was the first pick, and they didn't. They just didn't even want Enigma this game. They want to be more aggressive. They want to dominate this early laning phase super hard with this IO Rubik rotating. So what is the offlaner for both teams? How did this happen?
See, I was wondering if the Night Stalker goes offlane, maybe.
We've seen it a few times, very rarely. It's so strange how we see, like, now it's offlaners getting last picked instead of the mid heroes because mid got picked in like the first two. So, bizarre draft order.
It's a little bit weird, isn't it? What's left out there?
Majority are banned. Nyx is Nyx is probably the biggest one. Great versus Elite Wolves' lineup too.
Very
Tava wants to play it again.
Very good with IO as well, because you can just go in, Vendetta, Invis, scout someone out, relocate on top of the Impale, because it sets up pretty much perfectly, overlaps with the kind of delay the relocate has when you're jumping in.
I mean, Nyx looks good. Nyx looks great. Like, there's also the combo you can do versus Razor. You mana burn with Carapace on, and you stun him, because you get the unstable current proc on yourself.
Never
see a
thought
lot
of
of
that
teams
before.
actually do that. I saw people doing it at... It was during qualifiers. I saw, I think specifically Secret was doing it a lot.
That's pretty cool.
Kezu would always just run into Razors and just mana burn Carapace and stun them, and then they'd get stunned again. So they're like 5 seconds locked down on a Razor when you don't even do anything.
That's really sick.
Yeah, it's a really cool way of catching people, actually. So we'll see if they want to go for that one. They're taking a bit of their time. Maybe they're talking about other options. Trying to see right now what's going on in the booth. I'm trying to look at what hero they have selected, but I can't see that well. My glasses aren't strong enough.
We've also made another assumption, Fog. We've assumed that Quap's going mid. Quap is another one of those heroes that can potentially go off lane.
This is true. They ran Papita on the puck, and we also were dumbfounded when they picked an OD, and they had puck off lane with OD mid, and they just had some strange lanes, but they made it work.
So they do have some options, even though they're like, 1% play kind of options. They're still there. Oh, SG taking their time with this final pick. Really digging into the reserve
Clockwork,
time.
Nyx.
Well, what does Clockwork do for you here? It gives you a good way to jump into Razor and zone him out of a team fight. Make sure that he doesn't get into your core heroes like your CK and your Viper with the static link, but then it also kind of guarantees.
I still like the Nyx way more. Yeah, I still like the Nyx so much better. I think they were talking about their other options and like weighing it. They're probably like, oh, that's like exactly what we were doing probably. They're probably like, what does this hero do in comparison? Nyx gives them pretty much everything they need. Gives them vision, which they can scout around during the game, looking for relocate against, as you mentioned. They've got now they've actually got more disable to deal with the Queen of Pain blinking around. Carapace is going to be great versus Razor always. There's either plasma fields or static storm, or Eye the Storm.
Yeah.
I was like static storm.
There are a lot of storm abilities. I do the same thing. It's like Lightning Storm, Static Storm, Eye of the Storm, Storm Spirit.
Okay, E-Wolves are down to...
Oh,
wow,
hello.
that was very last minute. They do get the axe picked up. Papita. So it is Leo style and Queen of Pain.
Fair enough.
Papita axe. Okay.
Blink Blade Mail into Phantasm.
I don't think that they have the resources to actually deal with CK once he gets like fully online. And I think Viper will give SG a good enough start in the early game. So I like SG's draft overall better. They just got... It just looks nice right now. It's overall just a lot easier to execute. E-Wolves is pretty tough with this Lion Night Stalker combination.
Yeah, it feels like it's a much more smoother ride, through and out of the laning stage for SG. Being able to get into tier 1s, but also the split push capability of them, or even counter split push.
The one thing is though that SG do not shove lanes out well at all. So they don't, they only have Rubik Fate Bolt, and then everybody else kind of farms pretty slowly. The Nyx Assassin stun. While you look at Elite Wolves, they can actually bring down creep waves pretty damn quickly. Razor with his new Queen of Pain as well. So it could get to a point where E-Wolves is able to just like wipe the map and farm better and just take better engagements. But that being said, SG does have the IO, so we'll see what they're able to make. I still think that their laning phase looks quite strong.
HFN IO? Question mark?
I think it's because he has the set and he wants to swap.
Oh, the little companion cube.
I think. I've never seen HFN.
No, I just looked at it and I looked over to you and I was like, I'm not going crazy.
I saw you like poking the screen. I'm like, is it frozen?
I'm not going crazy,
Did it freeze?
right? HFN, he's surely going to swap. Give the cosmetics back over to your mate. Go on. Show us what's happening. Elite Wolves out of their base quickly.
He swapped King RD. So I think it was for the set.
Yeah, definitely.
Now he's got the cube.
I got scared and confused for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
I was like, no way is that guy gonna play IO. You don't play that hero. If you don't play that hero, it'll be a nightmare. You gotta be used to him. All right, so it is now one game.
So with the wave shoving, the majority of us have seen Blitz's recent couple of videos with the kind of importance of moving waves out across the towers. So you open up certain areas of map or even close them off to your opponents.
I didn't actually watch the video, but I knew the gist of what he was going to say when I just saw the title and everything. Pushing waves out is... People really underestimate what it actually means when you can flash push.
Yeah, like we've always talked about it as casters, we're just like shoving the wave, it's pushing it out.
Yeah. It gives you, it's so much information, that's the thing. It's like when you're pushing these waves out, you know exactly where the enemy team's going to be. Like, if they respond, you know where they are. If they don't respond, you kind of know where they are as well. You know, it's that kind of like playful thing you can, as long as you play around it properly.
King RDIO already moving forward to play aggressively into the enemy shrine, but hello, Static Link's here. Kataro trades out the damage. King RD is being focused on as well. Chaos Bolt back will slow the advance, and King RD can tether back across to safety onto the
Oh
CK.
my god, he almost got cliffed.
Nearly had the Razor up on the high ground, but they have to give up their bounty rune. So that should be 3 there for Elite Wolves. Already starting off incredibly well as C4T loses about a third of his HP.
I like this approach by E-Wolves, though. I like that they're going aggro. I was going to say I'm worried a bit for Axe. He's going to probably have to start jungle versus IO, CK, Rubik. But now he's in a 1v1 matchup versus a Nyx Assassin, which is absolutely lovely.
Yes, the Nyx Assassin is going to have great difficulties actually just getting any CS whatsoever. Never mind getting levels as Axe wins.
Mid lane, courier kill?
Oh really? Did that just happen?
Leo style just blinked in and killed it. He skilled Blink level 1 and blinked behind the Viper and killed it. I was having a coughing fit actually. I missed it, but that's what it looked like he did.
You saw it.
I saw a glimpse of it. Corner of my eye.
Stun in onto CK, healed up by the tether. King RD yet again there to save up HFN. Oh, this Razor is so annoying though, in with the cracks of the whip.
Rubik and IO don't harass well back versus Razor Lion.
And what do they do here? Do they just have to sit and make sure CK doesn't lose out too much in this lane?
They need to get levels. I mean, these three heroes, all they need is like level 2. They can actually, if they see the Lion out of position, they just Phantasm and he's dead.
Like, do you consider swapping your lanes and playing aggro, or are you just scared that the...
Did I just say Phantasm? I'm in reality. Sorry. I don't think they need to swap the lanes. I think this is okay because, you know, E-Wolves is keeping 3 heroes up here, but SG is also keeping 3 heroes up here. So as long as they think their other lanes will do well, then they can keep it like this. If they think, you know, like Nyx is getting like destroyed by Axe, which shouldn't happen, then they can switch. But yeah, they should be able to out-economy E-Wolves here with that side pull being open. They should be able to just like pull the side and get more level advantage. So
how does Nyx lane against Axe? Because I would have felt this would be almost impossible for the Nyx Assassin.
I mean, you guys trade farm. You both have incredibly high base regen. That's the one thing. You both have like 4 HP regen per second.
I guess Axe does have the added ability of being able to push the wave into the tower, so
yeah,
Nyx has to farm under it for a little bit.
It's fine. He went stout and Calling Blade.
He's last hitting like an absolute champion.
Yeah. He should be fine. Top lane.
Static Link is in, but it's a defensive one. This Razor, Kataro, looked like he was caught and in trouble, but he turns back to fight against the Rubik. A good void there and a stun follow through. The Earth Spike catches onto CK, and he might just die, but the tether, the heal from King RD, once again, the lifeblood of this Chaos Knight, saving him, and making sure First Blood is not spilled.
He's suffering a bit on last hits though, and the courier was killed, so E-Wolves had a little bit more money to work with from the side shop during this whole exchange has been happening top, and they're not able to bring more regen toward this top lane either for SG.
So they get like their magic sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah, Viper actually had to go to base, so Queen of Pain sent him home after killing his courier. That's pretty substantial.
Not the best feeling in the world as a Viper being sent home by Queen of Pain.
C4T in some trouble top. Stinger finds the grab on him with Masoku. Are they able to get in range? They are. He's going to be killed.
A couple of punches. First blood spilt. They drag the Night Stalker back into the tower. The HFN is now battling 1v3 pretty much here. King RD offering very little damage. Face boots for the Razor now makes this an even more difficult lane as he'll show them off now. Gets in with his kicks and he's draining down the CK's damage. A couple more whips and he'll take him, but the bottle charge through there from King RD onto HFN, but they still get the kill. Void
still had damage reduced as well. That was a bit of a mistake.
An optimistic reality rift, to say the least. So Queen of Pain did go for the 2 in Shadow Strike, the kind of regular build. After the courier kill, I guess you've got that 1-up. So you're able to continue dishing out the damage into Viper, but then Viper starts playing on your ramp and things get a little bit iffy here and there as the aggression comes through from HFN again on top lane. Looking for the Night Stalker, lifts them back into danger. Nighttime's here, but he's not going to escape. Cannot flap his wings far enough away. The beautiful sounds of the companion cube serenade us.
The portal sounds. It gets a bit overwhelming when you play the IO though. I think I played IO 5 games in a row, and I was like, oh my god.
Sick to your stomach.
I had to turn it down a little bit.
It's like eating too much chocolate.
It's just like if it had more of the lines, you know, it's just the one line.
Yeah.
That's why it gets a little bit. I love the set. It's my favorite Arcana, though, by far.
Viper with level 2 Shadow Strike on him is being run at here by the Night Stalker. But
Yeah.
does back up. King RD, oh god.
Man.
Buddy, you are in the wrong neighborhood. 3 heroes from Elite Wolves. Tries to go for the Ancient Deny, but there was more than enough damage to come on through his bottom lane.
They should know that ward is there now, too. Like, IO, yeah, they dewarded instantly. IO rotating like that is such an awkward movement. Like, IO warding in general, it's like, it's a telltale. Like, what is an IO doing rotating around the map if he's not just collecting runes? You see him standing in that spot, you're like, yeah, he's warding.
It's like 4.5 minutes in, there are no runes for you to get, you're not moving mid, what are you up to?
Yeah. Precisely.
Look at this, Elite Wolves even have access to this pull across, removing even more gold and economy away from SG.
Yeah, the aggro is going very well for them. They're putting CK down and they're having their axe free farm. So, all in all, I'd say E-Wolves definitely do come out of the laning phase in the first 6 minutes with a good, decent advantage.
10 denies on this axe as well.
Yep.
He's not that far ahead in experience over the next assassin, but a lift onto Night Stalker slows them down a little bit, but C4T, you've got nowhere to run. Plasma Field gives them the damage they need for Stinger to secure yet another kill. 4-1. And with a 6-minute rune spawning in just a little bit, Night Stalker will steal that from the IO. Top rune is a haste for maybe the Lion to look for some more aggressive plays. The Dire are scanning now, like, where's the Night Stalker? Where's the Lion? Are they playing aggressively mid? But no, they're waiting around this top lane. And we'll get scouted out by the Observer Ward as Night Stalker comes on in.
Looks like they want to make a move for Kotaro. His drain is down.
C4T will lift him up with a 1-second stun, impaled through Sonic Wave. King RD's blown up, and now this Chaos Knight has nothing to save him. He's got no IO to give him that HP regen he so desperately needs. And not only does the Razor survive, but they get 2 as that Queen of Pain rotation could not have been any sweeter.
Very nice stuff from Leo style there. Those type of ports are perfect when your mid laner does that.
And a 4-man shrine.
Yeah. Value. He didn't put his nose in his backpack though, so.
Mistakes.
A small mistake.
There's Viper. Looking good on the last hits and denies, but hasn't had the same amount of sort of emphatic movement and aggression that we've kind of come to expect from the Vipers. But Tavo with his level 6 makes the first rotation of the game into the Razor with a good chain stun. They've got the damage, or do they? No, Katara barely dies. HFN will secure the kill. Papita in with the dunk, but misses out. King RD managed to get a bit of HP to save him from that for a little bit longer. And now routed it forward. Chaos Knight's gone on in. Lion can turn and stun. The chase continues towards the east, though. Tavo finds a little bit of distance away from his opponents. That fight, that could have broken out into something huge.
Yeah, that could have been devastating there for SG, because if he'd gotten that dunk, they get the increased movement speed, and then they're able to probably clean up maybe 1 or 2 even kills. That could have been way worse for SG than it was.
Both off-laners leaving that bottom lane alone to make that rotation in. It's Queen of Pain. Moves around to collect a rune, but will not find one. So they've put the Razor bottom now just to get some more of that secured free farm and try and get the levels up.
They did their damage already, yeah. They did their purpose versus the CK. He's shut down super hard. Catching back up on CK is not fun either.
Do they have? They don't have relocate, do they? IO surely is nowhere near level 6 at this point.
Level 3.
Yeah.
They do have the Viper porting down bottom though. Tavo is set up. He's got level 7 as well.
Vendetta halfway through its duration.
He's gonna go all the way into the trees. They should be able to get Kotaro here unless he's like a genius.
Forward.
Okay.
Stun up and Razor. We'll watch him slowly die as the TPs come in from Elite Wolves, but shouldn't be able to find anything in exchange.
So the way for SG to get this CK back in the game is doing exactly what Adriano is doing right now. Make your way toward the enemy safe lane, pressure buildings, alleviate the pressure off of him. You can have him get joined in, but I think ideally this is what you want to be doing. You want to pressure the enemy safe lane and let your IO and your CK just get their levels and farm.
Well, they found the Lion. They should have the damage to kill him as well. Masoku gets a good 2-man stun. Queen of Pain arrives, but Lion's already dead. Adriano is in deep behind his tier 1. He turns to fight, but he's called up. He still gets the Night Stalker. Now they try and bring him down, and they will with a 3 hero rotation. They might find Tavo as well, but he's got TP, he's got Vendetta. He turns and stuns and draws them in, but they will never be able to kill him.
He's lurking, but yeah. No one else here to help him.
Yeah, I guess if you get the Viper involved, you lose out on farm on the Viper as well, which is so incredibly important at this point.
Yeah. That's like that death though. Like I think that's like such a good play there by Adriano. Like he forced how many rotations down there? 4.
4 heroes, yeah.
5 people even. Oh, they get the stun is off the bottom of the tower. They get turned on now. Blink call from Papita.
This Io, he's healing Tavo up so incredibly well. Viper rejoins the fight. There's the slow. In from the poison attack. Another stun from Tavo. Should be ready in a second. Got to line this one up, but the Jukes Kataro still gets hit. And Adriano secures yet another kill on this bottom lane.
Pressure completely alleviated. CK is watching his net worth just rise. He is farming in that safe lane now, trying to get that catch-up going.
What's he going for? Is he going for the straight armlet after treads? Oh,
could be, yeah.
Goodbye, Rubik. Sonic Wave expended.
All right, well, it's a kill. Whatever. Got his treads finished up now on Leo style at base.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's Midas or armlet for the CK, whether you go for that pure catch-up Midas, you know.
It could be. It could be the Midas. I think it's more than likely the armlet, but
I'd be inclined to agree.
Yeah, it's like much higher chance that it's armlet.
Especially when you have Viper IO, you want to fight, you want to go as quickly as you possibly can. Midas just delays everything by a good 3-4 minutes.
You want to get involved as early as possible when you're playing with a Viper on your team. And now they should have the relocate online soon. Io just bought the tome. He's level 4. Top lane, the bait's coming out. Oh, he tried to stun for the catapult. And he's going to get turned on and killed.
What happened there?
So he tried to go onto Night Stalker. And like Night Stalker literally just... I think he was trying to like go in on him to get the catapult. And then he tried to stun it to kill the catapult, and he dies.
I see.
He got like baited though. Like Stinger was like playing with him. He actually told his team like he was like, "Yo guys, this guy's gonna try to go on me or something. Just be ready to TP." And they TP'd
He's gonna try and kill the catapult. Come and kill him.
He's tried to stun the catapult and kill it. That's all I saw.
Oh man.
After the reality rift.
That really blows. And now we've got a bunch of heroes top. Viper TP's there. Looks for a bit of damage onto Papita. They bust out the Viper Strike, but a good TP away from the Axe. Make sure he's perfectly fine. As mid lane, they want to make a play onto Stinger again. Nice Stalker keeping his distance low as HFN shows himself in the mid lane in the creep wave.
He's bloodthirsty on CK because he's got this the 1-4-4 build that everybody's doing now. So you always have reality up. Then 6-second cooldown. Tavo continuing to do what Tavo does when he's playing Nyx Assassin. Just be that info getter, placing down some very aggressive wards as well. In this game, he's got the Midas queued up. So he doesn't have like that clear-cut initiating or counter-initiating versus a Bat Rider, so. Top lane.
Viper's caught. Adriano, 4 heroes he brings to the top lane. Does lose his life again, but...
He's up kind of far alone. I feel like he should have backup from at least 1 or 2 people there if he wants to make those kind of plays at the tower. And
a good observer ward in behind by Elite Wolves as well, watching for any rotations that were coming in to save him.
Yep.
So now they know there's a number of heroes middle lane. Stinger unfortunately, will be giving his life to gain that information. As Rubik steals darkness.
The worst possible thing that he can steal.
Steal something else as quickly as he possibly can.
Oh, he turns it to night though. Actually, you know, the darkness...
Does it work on the wards on the enemies?
Yeah, their vision and their wards and their building and everything is reduced down to 675. So there's at least that.
Yeah, there we go. The observers showing it off. Wonderful stuff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, those Radiant Observer wards give very little vision during it, but doesn't last for too long.
Nice. Got some good observing skills.
It's going to be a lot of hands of Midas this game, it looks like. Night Stalker aiming for one. We saw that Nyx Assassin with one in the quick buy.
Stinger's farm, though. He's got phase in the gloves already.
Yeah.
It's almost the same net worth as the Night Stalker. Or as the CK. What am I even saying? I'm like, Night Stalker's really Night Stalker. What? What am I even talking about?
He's secretly Night Stalker.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing this a lot. He's just jungling on the downtime. Wow. SG looking to claim this bottom tower.
Tavo again scouting in forward.
Masoku is walking under a ward. Goodbye, Lion.
Easy pick, and you get to steal something nice. Hex.
Nice. That's really good for Queen of Pain.
TP forward, there's the blink again. C4T maybe caught, but the relocate's coming through with HFN. Looking for Stinger as the stun comes out, but this Night Stalker's tanky. The Sonic Wave looks perfect. Oh, King RD is absolutely obliterated, and another blink away. Dodges out from the Impale. A 2 for 2 so far, but maybe Kataro can get himself in with a bit more damage. Where's the Axe? Where's the Shadow Strike? Sent back by the Carapace. Papita wants in. Blink call onto Tavo, but HFN turns it back onto Kataro. And the Razor stunned up again by Tavo, and that's it. The dunk won't land. And the turnaround from SG will find them yet another one. A nice Earth Spike, though, from Lion. Slows it down just a touch, but Adriano dishing in the damage from the sidelines. Can HFN get himself away? The Force Staff away from the tether, but he still is able to TP out. These fights are getting scrappy. They're getting very, very messy.
Did he reality rift the Axe closer to the Nyx Assassin and Nyx got clipped by counter helix because of it? Because that's what it looked like happened.
I didn't see.
Yeah, dunk a little bit off the mark there, though. And they're able to turn it around. CK lives during all of that, and his net worth jumps up. Queen of Pain got some nice kills, though, during that. And now mid lane, Rubik as well. C4T is just, he's having a rough one this game. 0-5 already.
Feels so difficult to play Axe against an IO, though. You know, you aim for one target and all of a sudden the tether comes in. It's like, oh god, my dunk range is just gone out the window.
That whole fight was like weirdly taken because Viper initiated on the Axe behind the tower while there's a fight going on at the neutral camp.
Yeah.
So Axe couldn't get proper initiations, but then they didn't have the proper damage because they didn't have Viper on the left side. So even though Viper was doing the right job of canceling the Axe's blink, they actually needed his damage to finish off the Night Stalker in the early start of the fight.
And through all of that, Lion was able to respawn and then TP back to the tower and continue fighting again after his death to the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
CK has his armlet now.
Okay, so he's got his one item up. We've got a couple items being... A couple things actually just all got picked up. Drum for the Razor, Blade Mail on the Axe. Blade Mail's going to be nice. And then, yeah, Nyx Assassin with that Midas.
And the poor Lion with absolutely nothing at all. 875 net worth Lion.
Yeah. Dude, Adriano's Force Staff plays in these games have actually been so good. Like, this game, it's a Viper. It's like 12 minutes in and he has a Force Staff. You're like, wait, what? What the hell's going on?
Where did that come from?
But that saved CK. Like,
yeah.
It's just really smart decision-making.
I did get a little bit worried when the tether got broken, but
yeah.
Battle Hunger is, what, level 1, I assume, on the Axe?
It should only be level 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's only level 1. He went for that level 1 Battle Hunger to try and zone.
Razor might get caught out here. They actually have a ward right on top of him. He's jungling, and they get the lift. He should be brought down.
Nicely done. Chained perfectly. There's the relocate as well to consolidate the blink. Oh, no call. He didn't do it, Papita. He's caught now in the middle of 4. Leo Style does get a catch on the Rubik in the back with a Sonic Wave over the 3 of them. That's a lot of AoE damage, but Stinger won't be able to catch a target as the relocate sends them both back to safety, and now he will lose his life with HFN armor toggling his way to victory. Masoku, Tavo just needs another stun, but they will retreat. Take what they've been given, back up, go and farm the wave.
That was huge for SG there, especially in the place that they're taking the fight. I didn't see if... Okay, whatever. That doesn't matter so much. But yeah, that was just a great fight for them. Just the place they took it. Even bringing the relocate was absolutely necessary. Papita with the call off the mark. Ends up costing his team a couple of lives. Night Stalker did have the Midas though finish, so he didn't lose out too much. I
guess the weirdest thing about this game for me is that neither team has exceptional rush-taking skills.
They definitely do not.
It's just going to be like fight, 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 look for tower kills.
I was actually literally clicking on people looking for a medallion in the next few minutes. Like, I don't think anybody's even building toward one at all.
Rubik maybe save a bit of money for that, but maybe you'd like a blink dagger as your primary instead. As the Orchid from Queen of Pain, the rushed Orchid looks for the Rubik, finds the kill as the Soul Burn kicks in. Nothing that Adriano could do there to save him.
Leo Styles picking on him. Actually, how many kills does Leo Style have? He has 7. How many deaths does Rubik have? 7. Wait a minute, we're onto something here.
The math adds up. I think you're onto something. Oh, nice blink into the call. Tavo, he's got the turnaround though, doesn't he? With Adriano here, they've got the ability to zone out the rest of E-Wolves.
Papita looks like he's trying to go with Kotaro there, but they decide not to.
We'll secure their Ancients and keep the farm going. Get this Axe up into what looks like a BKB as the next item. No force or anything along those lines. It's that Black King bar, especially against the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. Axe needs blink. They all kind of like need blinks versus they need BKBs versus Viper and Nyx Assassin. Yeah, it's pretty important.
I didn't even realize you'd made the mistake until you started correcting yourself.
I'm like looking. I'm just distracted for a moment. I was taking a look at too many random little things in the game. I'm just like looking at all these like the new recipe icons and stuff. Yes. Like they look so cool. They look nice.
Thanks, Pinmuckle. Yeah. CK bought an Ogre Club. I don't know if he's got anything on the courier, as Toby's hotkeys are different to mine, but he's heading back into Hand of Midas, so he's actually going to go.
I don't mind that so much.
Sort of
I mean, it's not great. It's going to slow them down a little bit, but he already got the armlet, like, and his timing is fine. And
if your plan is to 5-man, you need some way to kind of consolidate the gold income that you're gaining.
He might change it. He might not. I mean, I don't know. Midas
depending on the next fight, maybe.
The thing is about CK is like your items are like very big items. The ones you want to get. You want to get like your Manta, your Heart, or whatever. So you can just be like that super tanky CK.
Yeah, long gone are the days where we used to have drums, helm, armlet. Now it's all about the big Heart of Tarask. We've even seen players go literally, treads, armlet, heart.
Yeah.
just go straight into the big items as quickly as you can.
Let's see. He's got 2,200 gold. He can buy the Midas if he wants to.
Papita's caught. Tries to get in, but in fact he's going to go out. Sonic Wave doesn't catch someone in the back lines there, and Masoka's turned around on Kataro, having to deal with this HF and Chaos Knight. Armlet toggles himself back up to a decent amount of HP and blows up the Night Stalker. That was ballsy as all heck from Elite Wolves. And it did not pay off.
Kataro getting slowed up by Adriano here. Adriano's got a ward as well. Is he going to be able to bring him down? One more hit, he should get him.
This Hurricane Pike range.
So did Papita try to start the fight and then he just got blown up and turned on? Huh. There's just too much sustain coming out from the IO. They killed the IO. They had the Queen of Pain ult come out on top of it, but I don't think everybody else was there. They got there a bit later on afterwards, and Papita didn't get like the perfect initiation either.
It feels like they need to start the fight with razor draining damage from this Chaos Knight somehow.
Even then though, like when CK used Phantasm, like he doesn't even care. He's like, I've got 50 damage missing, 80 damage. Reality Rift.
Rubik versus Queen of Pain. We've seen this one before, and it's Queen of Pain who wins again. Leo Style adds another one to her tally.
4C4T this game. He's just the warding expedition.
What are these creeps do? Oh, they're blocked in by range creeps. Just like standing there milling around.
So he went for the Midas.
Oh, nice.
He's got the Ogre Club, and I think he actually has... Wait, what? Oh, okay. He
Echo?
Echo Saber.
Cool.
All right. So that's another one of those in-betweens. So right now he has 3 of the like middle tier items, so he can replace all these eventually at one point. I mean, Armlet's pretty damn good, but Echo Saber is nice with your crit. It's really damn nice. He's about to hit that level 15 on CK2 where you get the 10 strength talent. Yeah, now look at his health.
Yeah.
He is ridiculously tanky with the armlet on
2,700 with the armlet. Yeah,
it's ridiculous actually at this point.
That's huge. This poor little lion just running around with nothing to his name. That's so cool.
SG's been doing a good job now. They're doing the pair thing. When you're playing with IO CK together, other 3 running around trying to make plays and look for options around the map. And it looks like they're going to find it here too. They know Leo Style is up on the cliff.
Get up on top of the ramp. Leo Style not going to get caught, but the lion, oh boy. Goodbye, my friend. Leo Style has no blink for a second or so. Good Sonic Wave and a stun from Masoku means that they get the Nyx in exchange before the lion dies. And Stinger looks like they'll try and cut the waves to make sure that the push into tier 2 won't be as effective as SG would have liked, but I mean, this Chaos Knight just whacks at the towers like nobody's business. Down to half HP already. There's no real way they're going to be saving this, and with the glyph available, you don't want to be spending on a tower that's already dead. In the meantime, Axe farming bot lane, Queen of Pain moving around.
CK is just looking buff. Especially after, dude, that start was
from
one of the hardest starts, and now he's #1 net worth.
Yeah. I mean, he was even with a Night Stalker at some point, or 200 gold ahead of the Night Stalker.
Well, let's look at this. We're talking about Night Stalker. Look at him, dude. He's got Vanguard Buckler. He's almost got a full Crimson Guard. Like, that'll help a bit versus some of the damage that SG has, but
Helps against illusions.
He's farmed on a Night Stalker. I'm just not really feeling the impact from it after that early game. I feel like he's just kind of been farming for a while now.
Oh boy, HFN has a DD rune on the Chaos Knight. Good luck fighting into this. I think you just let this tower fly. Yeah. Get away. Razor, Queen of Pain both down on the bot lane or in that vicinity. A little bit worried about where the Nyx Assassin again. This Tavo Nyx is just such a threat, you know. If he's setting up for a kill on bot lane, there's the relocate to come in. If he's setting up for a kill mid, there's still the Reality Rift to follow through. They see Stinger now, and well, a swift strike forward, a good impale, and down goes the Night Stalker. He's gone.
Unstoppable CK now. After the start, yeah, that's pretty absurd. HFN's been playing incredibly good this whole series. And he's got the Immortal.
Oh, the Golden Shield?
Yeah, he's got the Golden Shield, and he gave his homie King RD the companion cube when he swapped him. So
he does everything.
HFN's actually just doing everything.
From the carry roll, he does it all.
No, Papito, actually. Oh, well, it's C4T again. Give it a pop.
Is he 0-11 now? What's his score?
It has to be at least 9. It's 1-9.
Good counting skills.
His farm is not too bad for like a Rubik, and you know those kind of kills don't really give a whole lot. Like look at that fight recap, 348 gold. You know it's a pick off, sure, but it's not one of the more important targets. Killing the IO is way more important than killing this Rubik, who's just chain dying.
There's not really any big levels coming in for the Radiant team, right? You know, giving a bit of experience here or there to any of these guys isn't a massive deal.
Oh God, CK has a Reaver already.
So he's going straight for the
he's I guess not straight. Relocate top.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Stun, chained, and
godlike streak.
Blasted.
It didn't go to the CK. It went to the IO. So, I mean, King RD is probably like,
well
yes.
deserved. Well deserved.
Dude, he just jumped up to 1,400 net worth. He literally just finished Glimmer Cave. Now he's like, all right, well, shit, I can get a Vlad's.
Beautiful.
Not really looking for himself. He's already got the Glimmer to save him, so doesn't want to be tankier. Just wanting to buff up his CK and his Viper.
How do you get out of this rut as Elite Wolves? Now you've got Blink Initiation from Axe, you've got this great strength of Queen of Pain, who unfortunately just died. But how do you get across your side of the river? Like, what's the game plan here?
The thing that we talked about earlier, I think it's the shoving the lanes, and then they need to find the Wisp. They can't fight. They can't like go pick a fight around the Viper or something like that. Like, avoid the Viper at all costs. Go look for that IOCK and five-man gank them. You pretty much have to do that now at this point if you want to get opportunities, because the map is starting to close on you, and yeah, they don't really have like, you know, a scaling lineup. You know, they have a Razor Quap. These heroes scale, but not in comparison to a CK.
And Tavo has been so incredibly disruptive at finding any piece of information. Like just now, he saw the Axe Shadow Blade up and head and loop around past this dire shrine. I think they might be looking for him.
Yeah, he's been giving so much information, his levels, and then also it's the fact that it's a Queen of Pain versus the Nyx Assassin. So Quap is like all game, you're just like, I'm playing Queen of Pain versus Nyx Assassin. It's just in the back of your head. Just not a good feeling, getting hit by those mana burns. I like Tavo's itemization this game too, going for the Yule Scepter. I mean, not only is it incredibly good on Nyx Assassin because of the movement speed and everything, and you get your own setup for the stunts, but versus Axe, you always want to have a Yule Scepter because he blinks, he initiates, you use him in the air. Initiation's done.
That's a really good point. I was thinking maybe Night Stalker Silence or something like that, but Axe, Blink, Initiations. That's a good shout. Papita. And we did see the Shadow Blade trying to sneak him into position a little bit earlier on, but this Dire Observer Ward sees everything and is a sentry barely out of range to spot it out.
Oh god, how do they kill this CK now? Dude, he's got 3,700 without armlet on. He's just gonna go and Roche. He can have his armlet on all the time now.
So that's
a way to kill Roche, by the way, is be super over farm, where you can just right click it down.
Problem removed.
No, they're there though.
Sentry's down.
Razor did just finish his Shiva's guard. That's pretty substantial. He's kind of squishy though. He's got a lot of armor, 32, but he's only 1,600 HP.
Attack speed slow is reasonably good against the Viper and CK as well. But look at this Night Stalker up on the high ground. This cliff giving him the opportunity. No, he's going to TP down again. They want to start the fight ASAP. Carapace's pop doesn't catch onto anyone though. Queen of Pain aiming again for C14, but the Rubik with the Glimmer Cape gets the distance. And Chaos Knight immediately hexed, stunned. The chain is here, forced staffed away a little bit further. Now Papita blinks in, but the relocate brings HFN back. Sonic Wave from Leo style does a lot of damage to King RD, but again, they have these Glimmer Capes and a Shrine to keep themselves alive. The three heroes now stunned up again by Tavo. He's brought down and has to buy back though. This fight is getting scrappy, but the Razor's fallen with no buyback, and HFN Give in, my dude. That is disgusting damage onto the Lion.
That ward that they have placed behind the Dire Ancients, or behind the Radiant Ancients from SG, gave so much information into that whole entire engagement that was happening. Like, having that high ground vision there over and over again. Papita tries to blink in to get a steal, but they will steal your life instead.
Not today.
Yeah. So right there, did you see Tavo versus the Razor in that engagement? He used the Mana Burn Carapace thing, so he stunned him for like 6 seconds right when he got the drain off.
Like, HFN is deleting heroes like this cold is deleting my voice. Like, it's just gone. It's out of there. That Lion didn't stand a freaking chance, man.
Yeah, he just gets one-shotted. And now it's like, okay, you hit level 20 now in CK, so you get 12 more stats. Now he's literally at 4k HP without Armlet on, 4,500 with Armlet.
This Crimson Guard from Night Stalker, it looks fancy, but it doesn't feel like it's doing anything at all.
That is the problem. He didn't go for like a Solar Crest or anything. He's now going to be building back for it, but I feel it was a lot of Leo style, just making all the plays for his team on E-Wolves, while I felt like the rest of them were kind of just like farming, or getting picked off. Stinger went to like a full farming like idea. Like he went Midas, which it can work if you get it. And the Crimson Guard could be pretty good, but when you're playing against a CK who's just farming way faster, your map is getting smaller and smaller. Like, game gets really hard to play when you're playing versus Nyx Assassin who scouts everything. I mean, look at SG's D-warding too. Look at these sentry placements.
They're everywhere.
It's literally across the whole map. Like they're like, oh, this guy has a Shadow Blade. All right, C4T, you're just dying anyway. Buy like 40 sentry wards. I mean, he's doing his job. The one thing for SG that I noticed in both their games they played, they had definite, clear vision advantage.
Yeah.
Adriano gets another tower, so he's level 20 as well now. On his way toward a Butterfly with SNY. Hurricane Pike already at 3,000 health Viper, 4,000 health CK. Not really seeing how they bring down these big tanky cores.
And a BKB for CK.
He got a full one now, okay. So now they can't even really keep him locked in the link.
Like when they picked the IO into the line, I was a little bit afraid because of the Blink and Finger of Death, the Blink stun Finger of Death onto the IO. But if your Lion is so underfarmed and poor like this, you're not going to get a Blink and then you can't blow up that IO. It's all very heavily reliant on the Queen of Pain. And sure enough, Leo Style has done a great job hunting the IO down. But I don't feel that's what you want to be doing as the co-op. You want to be facing up against the Viper, doing damage to the Chaos Knight Illusions, trying to bring down other heroes in this team fight. Yeah.
They see Leo Style, they see the Queen of Pain wrapping from behind right now. SG does have a ward behind them, so they did see that movement coming out. They're prepared for it.
Well, HFN starts things off. He gets stunned up immediately though, but Tavo again lines it up perfectly. Gets into the thick of things, and HFN sprints on forward. He's one of the 4 horses of the Apocalypse, and the Apocalypse is coming now for Elite Wolves. I do retreat a little bit, just to reset for the new creep wave to come in and continue hitting on buildings. But Viper wants a piece of axe there, it looked like. Gets some poison attacks in, dodges out from, well, looked like he dodged the Shiver's Guard. The trail end of it clips onto him as well, but Adriano drained of all mana.
C4T uses Darkness, doesn't even care that Night Stalker gets anything from it. He just wants to have the vision.
Oh, Tavo, hello! In again, killed off Masoku. C4T does die, but look at HFN, he shreds him, he's gone. Godlike streak for the Chaos Knight now as Axe is removed, Night Stalker's deleted. One by one they fall, and King RD barely escapes with his life, somehow retreats. And it looks like it might again be all over.
He stuns by Tavo. Wow. He hit like multiple multi-hero stuns, and these tanky cores just don't care. I mean, they got the 2 supports with that wraparound from the Queen of Pain, but yeah, it was just... These guys are way too buff just standing in the front lines. There's nothing they can really do versus CK and Viper. We had concerns, we had concerns with if the CK gets online, they don't have the tools to deal with him, and it's exactly what happened. Okay, and HFN just taunting up.
They had a nifty move to play aggressive trialing into the CK, diminish some of his farming capabilities, but it was just so calculated by SG, moving the Viper bot lane, like you said.
I loved Adriano's. Like, that movement was so good. Like, he moved bottom, he moved mid, even top, he moves there and he dies, like, right in front of the tower, but the fact that, like, how much space he's making for a CK to catch up, we desperately needed it.
Like, I'm a Viper, I'm going to get away with utilizing my skills more than my actual hero skills more than my itemization, so it doesn't really matter too much
Yeah.
how much I get shut down. And we'll always get gold through towers and winning team fights as long as we can get the Chaos Knight up and running. So what's that? 2 lanes of Rax gone.
Yeah, 2 full lanes. CK, or Queen of Pain finds the Rubik in the back lines, but you know, that's cannon fodder. We've already talked about C4T. He's got almost half his team's death. He's got 12. One more and he's got half. Yeah, but you know, when you're playing hard 5, it's like, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Like, you're dying. Yeah, the other team is getting so much like reduced. You're tanking the gank a lot of the time. Like, someone else may have died and you're giving up your life for that. It's cool. We see it, C4T. We understand. Yeah,
it's like not pushing the heroes, you know, over the edge to another big item that's required. It's not allowing them to transition into tier 2s or Roshan or anything like that. And his respawn time is honestly so low. Who even cares? He's alive again in 25, 50, 30 seconds anyway. Well, they'll group themselves up and look for this final lane of Rax up on the top lane as Adriano gets straight into things.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a full butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
And CK, when the courier... Actually, the courier probably won't even make it back to that point, but he'll have a full AC whenever it gets delivered. So, yeah, 5,000 health CK.
With an assault cuirass. Oh. Nice tower tonight. Well played.
Just damage issues on E-Wolves for these two frontliners. They can kill the backlines.
Like if Razor
he actually gets the AC. So did he just deliver that from their base, the enemy base? I think he did. Pretty sure he walked the courier down and grabbed it.
Oh, Razor. He's blade mailed up, but the Shiver's Guard looks to turn. He's drained a lot of damage, and the Sonic Wave is good. Tarvo, Yule Scepter's up, and now the Reality Rift comes in. Illusions do a lot of damage still, even with Chaos Knight losing all of that DPS. And SG, they lost 3, but they buy back on the IO. Bring him back into the fight. Finish off this lane of Rax and secure the Mega Creeps for yourselves. Elite Wolves have no buybacks, and it's over.
E-Wolves call it.
Game 3. SG Esports come back from a 1-game deficit. So take it 2-1.
I feel like I'm a little bit of a broken record. I said it in the last game. I even said it in the first game too. SG overall just look much better as a team. I see them constantly running around as like 5 heroes, making moves around the map like nicely. Like you see 2 people set up, one lane, 3 people smoking to another one. They like move well. SG on the other hand, you see a lot of just individual plays coming in. We see like Leo Style went pretty off this game. He still had a great game on the Queen of Pain, but I felt like in a lot of the engagements, Papita gets like a 3-man call or something, or 2-man call, and then there's no backup. The line's either dead, or the Night Stalker's not there. Something was missing. Some small little like disconnection in comparison to SG. The first game, E-Wolves played great, but I think SG just outclassed them in the last 2 quite hard.
Especially with Tarvo next, like moving around and not necessarily finding kills, but like, okay, here's the Queen of Pain farming, here's the Razor farming, we can push this lane. HFN, you're okay, just stand on your lane, farm away, don't worry.